you asked me 2 years ago what was my least favorite part of running my business, my answer would have been instant: sales. I hated sales. I didn't want to come across as pushy or salesy, but that meant that I was avoiding selling altogether. I just couldn't find a selling style that worked for me. Early on in my business, I started to wonder why my competitors would land my ideal client and I would miss out. They were no better than me. They just sold better than I did. And I realized that my fear of sales meant that I was missing out. And I soon learned that sales is something I needed to get good at if I wanted to run a successful business. A lot of business owners I come across have a hard time with sales too. Being direct and asking for what we want is something of an art form. For many of us, this doesn't come naturally, and I know that was certainly the case for me. But after doing a lot of work in this area, working with a sales coach, doing courses, and just figuring it out on the job, I've learned a few tricks along the way, and I hope that they will help you too. So today, I'm going to share 6 ways to overcome your fear of sales. The first thing, find your zone of genius. Set up your sales process so that you are in your zone. Is that a sales page on your website, a face-to-face meeting, or an email conversation? Find your zone and tailor your sales conversations around your strengths. For me, it's on the phone or face-to-face. I know if I can get someone on the phone or in the room, it's highly likely that I'll make the sale. So you've got to find what works for you. The second thing you need to do is check your mindset. You need to remember that the service or product you're selling is there to help solve a problem for your customer. Colin Boyd, a sales and speaking coach based in the US, says selling is serving. And you're not serving your customer if you're not letting them know the solution that you have for them. We've got to remember that people are coming to us because they want a problem solved. The third thing, you've got to get comfortable with rejection. Man, this is a big one for me. The reality is that in business, you will face rejection. I hate to break it to you, but you will. You simply can't achieve a 100% conversion rate. It doesn't happen that way. Rejection is part of the job. People will say no, and once you become okay with that, you can sell more confidently. The fourth thing, you've got to get clear on what you do and don't do. For me, as a service business, I had to simplify my product offerings to streamline my sales process. I changed from offering different packages to offering one initial session that people had to book if they wanted to engage me for ongoing services. The price for this session didn't change, and I had the sales pitch absolutely nailed. If you have too many products, it can make the sales conversations more difficult. So what can you do to streamline and simplify your products to get the customer in the door? And do you know what you do and don't do? Are you clear on your services? Because that makes selling a whole lot easier. The fifth way to overcome your fear of sales is to acknowledge and preempt objections. Objections are just any reason that someone has to not work with you. It could be it's too expensive, I don't have time, or I need to talk to my boss about it, whatever. Objections are part of the process. Before your conversation, write a list of a few common objections your customer might have and write a response on how you handle that objection. This should be part of your sales copy and your sales emails, as well as your sales conversations. And the final thing that I think will help you overcome your fear of sales is to lead the process. Selling is leading. You need to be direct and clear in your communication. Outline your expectations, your processes, and what a good fit looks like for you. At the end of the sales conversation, explain the next steps in clear and concise details, then offer to answer any questions they may have. Oh, and by the way, don't be weird about the money stuff. People want to know how much your services will cost. So, final takeaway for you. Selling, like anything, is a skill you can learn, and one that directly impacts your bottom line. Remember that it's your job to serve the customer, and selling is the way to do that. I hope that helps you to overcome your fear of sales, and I hope that you can confidently sell knowing that what you're doing is serving your customer. Go get 'em.